Greetings loved ones and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another body confidence video. I first filmed something that was more of like an honest chat about my personal body confidence journey in December of 2018. So it's been about a year and a half almost since then. And when I first filmed that video, I was filming it because I was talking about like gaining weight and kind of just coming to terms with how your body grows and changes once you enter more of your 20s and leave your teenage body behind. So if you want to go and watch that, I'll link it down below. It got a super positive response. And as of recently, I've actually been working out again and losing weight. And so I wanted to make another one of these videos kind of just talking about how even if you're losing weight, you still have the same kind of back and forth battles with your body confidence in your head. And I really just wanted to discuss that today. And I also got super inspired to film a video like this because of my friend Claudia Saluski. She just put up a video recently about her kind of like body transformation and just confidence with it in general. And she got into all of the points in that video and it was honestly one of the best videos I've ever seen from her. So I will link it down below if you haven't seen it. I love her. And also Claudia totally inspired me to start, you know, working out and taking care of my body again. So shout out to her. But yes, so today we're going to be specifically talking about body confidence when losing weight as well as body confidence in working out. I also just want to make a disclaimer before I even go into this that if you don't want to work out, that is totally fine. If you don't want to change your diet, that is totally fine. Please do whatever makes your heart happy and your body happy. And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, you should do this or you're not a healthy person, or you should do this or you don't look good. Like, that's not my intention at all. I really just wanted to make this to share my personal journey in the past few months and kind of just, yeah, do an honest chat about it, because sometimes it's just nice to put this out into the ether and then possibly help some of you feel less alone. So that's my goal with this video. So let's kind of go back into time to when this kind of began, which was at the beginning of this year after Finley and I got back from our road trip, where we were doing a road trip from Virginia back to Oregon, but we went through Canada. I have a bunch of vlogs on it if that tickles your fancy. But basically when we were on that trip, it's not like we were doing any kind of physical activity other than the occasional hike, and we were just eating out for most of our meals. So when we got back, both of us were like super sluggish and just kind of noticed different changes in like weight gain in our bodies that wasn't happening before. And granted, it was right after the holidays, and also just we had been in a car for about an entire month. So sitting on our butts that long definitely made our bodies feel different as well as look different. And so once we kind of realized that, I had the goal in mind anyways at the beginning of the new year to kind of dedicate more of my time to working out and taking better care of myself. And that included starting to work out again, because I eat reasonably healthy. I don't have a very restrictive diet, but I definitely, you know, I eat mostly plant-based and whatnot. But I really wanted to actually find a workout that works for me and makes me happy. So that was my goal upon getting back from the road trip. And I started working out again on February 3rd. And I've still been working out since then, which is the longest that I've ever gone with consistently working out, probably since high school when I was in dance classes and lacrosse and all of these things. And so I'm honestly just proud of myself that I've stuck with something this long and also found something that brings me genuine joy to do. But I just want to be clear that when I started working out again, I was very adamant about what is my drive behind this? What is the reason why I want to do this? And I even vlogged before I started working out again after we got back from the road trip, and I said this in the vlog, so I'll include a little clip of what I said in there. I'm about to start working out again for the first time since like the end of November, and I just wanted to document this for future motivation, for future me to look back on, because I have other things to say. Particularly, like, I just want to get to the point in my life where I'm working out because I want to feel good and I love it, and that's what I'm going in with the intention of right now. But yeah, I just wanted to get my priorities straight and not let it become something that was unhealthy or obsessive. But even though I had those thoughts, I still went into an obsessive mind state with it pretty soon into my grind with it. Probably about week 2 or 3, I completely forgot about all of my drives of why I started, which was to just feel better in general, like not get winded when I walk up the stairs and be able to carry heavy things with Finley and move them around in the house. And also just improve my health for longer, you know, like I want to be able to thrive for as long as I can. So those were my initial drives. And leading up until that point, I had really been in fleeting workout plans, if you could even call it a workout plan, because it lasted so little of time. You know, it's like, it was never an ongoing self-love practice of, hey, I like to work out a couple times a week because it makes me feel good. So that's what I wanted to get to, which is where I am now. But I definitely did have a backtrack moment. So I'm gonna get into that a little bit because I just feel like a lot of people maybe deal with this as well. And also I just think that being honest and vulnerable with these situations that happen in your life is good for people to hear, because they know that your life isn't perfect and your mind is just as chaotic as anybody else's. So yeah, by week 2 or 3, I just immediately got into this like mind state with it, like, oh, I have to be working out 6 times a week. I have to be constantly doing it. I can only have 1 rest day. And even on my rest day, I was doing an active recovery workout on my Sweat app, which was just, it was an obsessive thing. It wasn't a healthy mind state that I was in doing that. It was to get the quickest results the fastest. And I just completely forgot about all of my primary goals, you know, which is just shocking that it happened so fast. But even one of my friends who's a triathlete, he said recently in this podcast that he recorded with his girlfriend, I'll link it down below, he was talking about how it took him a lot of time to be able to, you know, train his body to work out 6 days a week and just have 1 rest day. And to think that I immediately got back into working out and was doing it that frequently is kind of alarming, because like my body wasn't used to working out 6 days a week and I was just sore, but I was still doing it because I thought I had to. And it's just like, for what? For who, you know? So yeah, that kind of brings up also the like obsessive thoughts and the analyzing myself in a mirror pattern, which was probably like the darkest pattern, honestly. And I talked about this very briefly in like an Instagram caption that I posted for International Women's Day. I also talked about it briefly in my 23 lessons I learned by 23 video. Like, this is something that I know now is a huge lesson that I learned of, like, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you pick yourself apart, it's not gonna get you results faster. It's not gonna make you feel good about yourself. It's only gonna make you feel horrible and just fall into a further pattern of bad thinking or bad action. Like, it's never gonna be good. It's only gonna breed sadness. So that's what it did. And during that time, I was also just like, even though I was working out again, I was super unconfident, to the point where, you know, I was posting like fit little selfie pics on my Instagram story and stuff in my workout gear, which isn't a bad thing to do. But the response back to one of them that I got from one of my friends was like, oh, you're looking so fit or something. And I replied back to him and I literally was like, do you mean it? And at that point, once I sent that message, I was like, ooh, wait, can I unsend that? I don't know who that was. The insecurity jumped out. And after that happened and I recognized it needed to be, you know, worked through, I realized that I should probably open up to somebody in my life about this. And so I first started by opening up to Finley about it, and he's always super helpful about this stuff. Like, he just kind of asks me a lot of helpful questions to get me thinking about the pattern that got me there and, you know, what we could do to change that. And also, aside from thinking obsessive thoughts about my body or picking myself apart in the mirror, I was also obsessively weighing myself, which is just never a good thing. Like, we had gotten a scale within those few months that I had started working out again. And I, even before we got it, I was telling Finley, I was like, you know, I got a weird relationship with those old scales. And immediately it was a toxic addition to my life, because then I just, every time I saw the scale, I wanted to get on it. And like, I'm sure a lot of you can relate about that. Like, even if it's just in the room or you're in somebody's like guest bathroom or something and they have a scale, you're like, might as well just hop on, you know? So when I was telling Finley just about my bad patterns that I was in, I also mentioned the scale, and he was like, well, I think it would be helpful for me to hide it. Do you want me to hide it from you so you don't feel the need to get on it. And I was like, honestly, yes. Like, I'm sorry I even have to ask you to do that, but yes, I would love if you could. So he did that, which significantly helped me. And also just after talking to him, I realized that I could talk to more people, whether it be you guys or my therapist. And my therapist definitely helped me recognize a lot more patterns, as well as remind me that there are other ways of thinking when it comes to obsessive thoughts. Like, you can change them and try to give yourself positive mantras instead when you catch yourself doing that. So yeah, my therapist, Susan, love her so much. I've been doing online counseling with BetterHelp since June of 2018. So it's been about a year and 10 months or so. And honestly, I've only grown with it and grown to love it more since I started. And this video is actually kindly sponsored by BetterHelp, which I'm so excited for because I genuinely love them and use them so much. So if you don't know what BetterHelp is, let me tell you a little something, okay? It's basically an online counseling service that pairs you with licensed counselors who are certified by their state's board to provide therapy and counseling, whatever you need. It's available worldwide. When you sign up, you'll be matched with a counselor within 24 hours or less. And my favorite part with doing counseling online is that you can do it via text, via phone call, via video chat. I personally do the text messaging, like I just check in when I need a little TLC time with my therapist, you know? But yeah, that's great because you can do it through your tablet, you can do it through your mobile phone, you can do it through your computer, you got options. They also offer group-in-our sessions where you can learn in a group from a licensed counselor about a variety of topics, from like overcoming anxiety to relationships and maintaining a healthy balance with those. But as for pricing, BetterHelp costs $65 per week, and you can apply for financial aid in the sign-up process, and those who qualify will get the financial aid. But what's helpful about signing up with my link is that you get 10% off of your first month. So when you go to betterhelp.com/Meghan, you can just have a nice little discount there, go through the whole sign-up process, apply for that financial aid if you need it. And lastly, just keep in mind that BetterHelp is not a crisis line, and I will include some crisis resources down below if you need them. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I love my counselor dearly on there, and she's helped me so much, not only with my body confidence journey, but just my mental health journey as well, which really go hand in hand. And also, I'm sure that a lot of you are struggling right now with the current crisis that we're in with the pandemic and just all of that. If you need somebody to talk to, links in the description. Back to what I was saying. My therapist really helped me recognize, like, hey, we need to actually change those obsessive patterns into something that's productive. So what are you actually doing to make yourself feel good every day? So that really brings up the practice of self-love and, you know, trying to keep these things in mind when we're going into our workout routines and whatnot. Like, don't just neglect your love for your body because you want to replace it with an obsession for working out. Like, sure, working out is a good thing to do for your body, but it can really affect your mental health in a negative way. And I'm not trying to like say this as this is a true thing for everybody. You know, body confidence and these types of things are very, very personal, and everybody is different and every body is different. So again, I'm not trying to say that, you know, if you start working out, you'll start thinking this way, but this was just what was true for me. And now, after opening up about it in therapy, as well as to my partner, and having these people in my life to hold me accountable for my actions, I have really moved away from those kinds of negative thought processes, and also just the obsessiveness of it in general. Like, I'm not obsessively doing 6 times a week workouts. I'm doing maybe 2 to 3 a week, and I'm really doing them at my own leisure. I'm not like, hey, you have to do it this morning or I'll be mad at you. You know, like when you work out from home, it's not like you're going and seeing a personal trainer or showing up at a class or whatever. And I'm sure a lot of you are falling into that whole thing right now with staying at home more, like trying to keep yourself and hold yourself accountable. So it's like, who was I trying to impress at doing it that much? You know, it's just wild that I would think that I immediately have to do it that often. So I just do it really when I feel like it now. And then as for my workout programs, I use an app called Sweat as well as an app called Stoned and Toned. And I kind of do like 2 sweat workouts a week and then 1 on Stoned and Toned, like at night or something to chill out with. It's just very fun. I'm just having a good time with it. And also just maintaining a healthier body as a result. I've been working out consistently for about 10 weeks now, and I've lost 10 pounds. So that's pretty nice. I feel like when losing weight, at least with me, I don't really lose weight very fast and very drastically. It was such a subtle change with just moving my body more that it wasn't just, oh, this happened immediately in 1 week. Like, no, it was through the course of, you know, over 2 months of staying consistent with my workouts. And it wasn't that drastic of a change to where people who saw me in real life or even in my videos, like I haven't gotten any comments that are like, did you lose weight? Like, I feel like it's very non-noticeable, but I feel better in my spirit. I feel better with my mental health. I feel better with my libido. I was talking about this in a recent episode of the podcast, but I feel like that is kind of directly linked as well. Like, taking better care of your body will kind of increase your libido as well. And I've just been noticing so many positive changes outside of just like losing the weight, which wasn't really my intention to begin with, but has kind of just happened as a result of moving my body again. So thank God for that, because we love movement, we love improvement, and we love toning it up. Because when I first started working out, I just wasn't toned at all, you know, and that was kind of a goal of mine, was to tone it up and pay more attention to gaining muscle. And at the beginning, I'll put a photo of what I looked like. This is me in February 3rd to be exact, when I first started. And the bicep, non-existent. The abs, not there. But this is me on Monday, so just a few days ago. And the biceps, they're popping. The abs, they've come out to play. And in general, aside from just physical stuff, like I said, I'm just feeling a lot better. And when it comes to body transformation for me personally, I feel like taking it slow is the best way to go, because then you are, you know, staying true to why you started. You're kind of being more mindful about, like, you know, you're not just doing things for quick results super fast. Like, that was never my intention. And I feel like when I have had that intention in the past, it's just been very fleeting. And so now I'm just proud of, you know, taking my sweet time with it and not being too hard on myself. And that's my advice for all of you. Like, just don't cut out everything so quick. Claudia was talking about this in her video. Like, if you're gonna start paying more attention to your diet, don't be like, no sugar, no carbs, no alcohol, no meat, all at once, you know? Like, if you're gonna cut anything out of what you're intaking every day, do it one at a time. And don't be too hard on yourself with it, because then when you have backtrack moments, which oftentimes happen for me, then you won't be like too down in the dumps about it, because you're like, well, I can just get back on the ball. It's not like this is over forever and I haven't made any progress, you know? It's just like, sometimes we have off weeks, or we have off days, or an off month. You know, I'm sure that there will be times where I just don't feel the drive to work out at all in my upcoming journey of working out and whatnot. But right now, the routine is working for me and keeping me moving, which is what I'm down for, baby. But yeah, I think that's it for me today. I think that's all the points that I wanted to cover. Again, I'm not saying that you have to work out to be able to feel good about yourself. Like, that is completely not my point of this at all, but just I really wanted to give more time in actual like action with my body this year, because I really would just, you know, go outside and walk around or do the occasional hike up until now. And what I was doing wasn't really about building muscle definition, which is what I've kind of moved into more now. So yeah, feeling strong, loving it, have some baby biceps to show for it, which were non-existent before. And I'm just feeling proud. So I just wanted to kind of document this for my own journey and files to look back on. And I hope you enjoyed this. I know this is kind of like a scattered chat, but I hope that it made sense to you, or motivated you, or made you feel less alone, or just gave you a different point of view. So, love you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up for me. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Ring the notifications bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload. You can become a patron of mine if you want to support my earnings for this month. Don't forget to go and check out BetterHelp. It'll be in the description, all that sweet info for you. And until my next video, stay smiling. Bye guys.